Well, hello, friends, and welcome to Virtual Strangers 83. I'm your host, Wes. With me, as always, my good friend Roots. Roots, how are you doing today, my friend?
Good, good. Actually, I was just reading that Traveling Man 3775 was just watching GT and Pop 1. I was just there myself, and what an amazing time to be watching somebody play some. He was actually doing pretty good. I don't know if you've been getting too much into it outside of our playtime we did the other day, Wes.
I played a little bit more with Scion, and it's funny because when it was the second time I'd ever played the game, right? And I still hadn't killed anyone when you and I and Jim Hall were playing together. But literally, the first match after you left, I ended up getting my first kill.
Oh, nice. I'm sad I missed it. I was so tired. I had to get off and go to sleep. I felt bad too because like I couldn't keep my eyes open. That's crazy.
Well, that's what happens sometimes, man. Sometimes 6 hours is just it's enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, especially in that, and then it was just getting late, and I had to wake up early. So, but we'll get back in there for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say you'll probably be back in there today if I had to guess.
Yeah, yeah, because I didn't. Actually, it was funny because Sion and Jim were asking me last night if I was going to play some Population One, and I just kind of, I didn't do anything outside of or in multiplayer. I did a lot of stuff that I've been putting off. Like I bought Tetris Effect on Oculus Quest and Beat Saber, and played both of those. As I was playing different games that I've been not, that weren't um, with other people, and then that way I could experience some of them. So
Gamer Chick 13, the Diet Pepsi Cat. So she's digging my background, right?
yeah, I'm digging the Diet Pepsi Cat name addition to her name. So yeah.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, that's an homage to the PSVR Without Parole channel, the best PSVR channel on YouTube right now. So yeah, they're the Game Cats, but they have all different variations of Game Cat, and I got to imagine that the Diet Pepsi Cat's probably just another of many variations.
Hey, there's PSVR without parole right there. It says meow.
Oh, hello there. Welcome. So speak of the devil, right?
Yeah. What about timing? That's crazy.
Anyway, Roots, yeah, man, an exciting week, as you know, and, great timing for PSVR Without Parole to show up because it's finally coming, Roots. Thursday's the day. My PS5 is scheduled. I did get the notice from Amazon that I am going to get it on release day.
Wow.
Only I haven't gotten any kind of notice from Sony about my camera adapter. So
Hmm.
I think what's going to end up happening this week, Roots, is I'm going to do something that I haven't done in like 3 years or over 3 years, really.
Oh, what's that? Camp out
Uh, I'm
somewhere?
gonna I'm gonna play a flat game.
Oh
what
shit!
what else can
Snap.
I do, right?
Yeah, that's true. So what do you have slotted to play then? Anything on your list?
Well, I mean, I've got some stuff on my GameFly list. I renewed my GameFly because obviously, as a VR gamer, I'm not paying $70 for a flat game. So I renewed my GameFly and I put, all the usual suspects on there. There's Demon Souls, there's Spider-Man Miles Morales. But if I had to guess, I'd say right off the bat, I'm going to be playing um, Astro's. What's the new Astrobot demo game that comes installed on the thing? Astro's Playroom or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to be playing Bug Snacks because it's free with PlayStation Plus. So what else you going to do, right?
Yeah, plus we've brought it up on the show. Everybody wants to know about bug snacks now, right? So we have an obligation to
Abs-
let you
Roots,
know.
absolutely nobody wants to know about Bug Snacks.
I do, but I guess maybe not on the show. Um, I just because I can't play bug snacks, man. That's my one game. That's the reason I almost got the PSVR or the PlayStation 5 was bug snacks. But I guess I'll have to wait.
Right, right. Me too. No, actually, I'm kind of excited, and the excitement is genuine because normally, uh, I play all of my favorite PSVR horror games in October, but this year I held off knowing that the PS5's coming. So literally, I'm just itching to get back into Here They Lie, and I can't wait for my adapter to get here. That's going to be the first thing that I do.
Yeah. How come? Why is everybody like so down on PlayStation, like in the Discord, as far as like Gorilla? Well, we know why Gorilla's that way. Never mind. But like, I think we're gonna see a better representation of these games on the PlayStation 5 than people are giving it credit. That's just my instinct. But I guess we'll
Well,
see.
I mean, obviously the games aren't going to magically remaster themselves, but I do think we'll see performance bumps. We'll see max frame rates. We'll see less aliasing and less dynamic foveated rendering in the games that use that. But I get why people are down on it. I mean, obviously we were hoping for a lot more, and then we've got the fake news out there. Upload VR telling everybody that there's absolutely no benefit in having a PS5. But I refuse to believe it, Roots. I think it's fake news.
Yeah, I can't wait till you get yours and you set everybody straight. I saw you could have two PlayStations. You could do it side by side if you notice the difference, right? So
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Without Parole says he didn't get any kind of notice about his camera adapter either, but it just showed up today. So maybe I'll be in luck and maybe I'll get mine this week. I didn't get my notice in on the first day because the website kept crashing. It kept telling me I needed to call this number and I didn't have time. But I did get it, the request in through the email or through the website rather on the second day. So who knows? Maybe I will get it this week and we can put Bugsnax on the back burner.
oh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you'll be able to do that now. Inquiring minds want to know. I want to know. I got to know about Bug Snacks. It's free, and that tells you it's good. So maybe.
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know how my PSVR games are going to play on this thing. And like you said, if I notice a difference and the naysayers continue, I'll just run a blind study on it. I've got two PSVRs. I can literally tangle the cable up and do a headset A, headset B comparison. And I've got a panel of 5 that live with me here that I can test, and we'll see if it's better or not. Right?
Yeah, yeah, it might be the same. You might be throwing your PlayStation 5. Well, you're probably not going to throw it away, but I don't know. I think people are going to be surprised. So we'll see.
Yeah. So yeah, exciting times. I got PlayStation 5 coming. The HP Reverb G2s, those are starting to ship as well. I know Sebastian did a lot of content on that over the weekend, and it looks to be what we thought it was going to be, Roots. And I keep going back and forth whether or not I'm going to return it, with the Quest 2 or not. But I mean, if Sebastian is to be believed, then it's going to be great, and I'm going to end up keeping it.
Yeah, well, that's good though. I mean, either way, you're going to benefit if you return it. You got that extra money. Throw it at
Yeah,
something
I'll
else.
probably end up, honestly, if I return it, I'll probably just buy another Quest so I can have multiplayer. I've seen the Quest 1 all over Facebook Marketplace this week. People asking $200 for them, and I keep throwing, casting a wide net, and I've offered all of them $100 for their headsets. So I'm gonna try to pick up some extra Quest 1s just for Rec Room.
Oh, cool. They say, here, kids, you get the Quest ones. Mommy and Daddy are getting the Quest 2, and you're good to go, right?
Yeah, well, we've been playing a lot of Rec Room this week, because I do have the two PSVRs and the Quest, so we can all play together. I've had some trouble though tethering to the PC with the Quest. For some reason, Rec Room doesn't want to work correctly for me. Like if I use Virtual Desktop, Rec Room will load into flat screen mode,
Hmm.
and then if I use the link, my microphone won't come through. So I just end up playing the Quest version of Rec Room, which is great. I mean, it looks and plays great, but it doesn't have access to every room the way that the other versions do.
Yeah, I've noticed that on a couple things as well, where just trying to do it, I'm not able to get into a specific game. I'm trying to think of what the game was now. Just happened to me last night, and oh, it's Tetris Effect. But I didn't know if it was because it was through Epic Games. I was having problems. It kept doing exactly what you said. It would come up on the flat screen, and I said,
Hmm.
I got to a point where I just said, fuck it. And I bought it on the Quest. I guess that's a good thing because
Um,
it pushed me to finally get the Quest version. But
You may check your settings in Epic Games. You actually each game has its own settings, and the VR games that have like an SDK like that, uh, there's an option to ask you if you want it to launch in VR or not. So you might check that. You might be
Oh, it might.
stuck on flat.
Okay, yeah, I can. I thought you were gonna say an option for SDK, and I was like, no, I tried both versions, but yeah, because that's what somebody was saying about Squadrons, and that's what the thing was. They just needed to enable the in VR option, so I'll give that a shot.
Eric Masher in the chat, and I just wanted to take a moment because I think it failed to dawn on me last week that we have some new patrons on our Patreon, Roots. Eric Masher being one of them. So thanks, Eric. But also, Roots, we have Driven By, and I don't know, have we even said thank you to like Soren yet? Soren's been a patron for about 3 weeks now,
I don't.
and I'm not even sure if we even told him thanks.
I don't remember saying thank you to Soren. I know we glossed over Eric Masher last week. It was a quick. I did anyway. I think we definitely need to tell everybody thank you. But yeah, for sure, I have been seeing Eric Masher a lot in the YouTube streams as well. So
Eric Smasher. That's
or
gonna be my porn
Smasher.
name, Roots.
Oh
It's like
yeah.
totally my porn name.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go down that
Anyway,
road again.
thanks to everyone who's support us on Patreon. We really appreciate it. Probably going to have a money show coming up. What do you say this week we do a money show, Roots?
Yeah, that's a good idea actually. I was just looking at Scion not trash the Quest 2 so much. At least the Quest Poo. But yeah, I think Money Show's good.
Well, it's a new day in America, Roots. We're all turning over a new leaf, right?
Yeah, well Jim Hall picked up his Quest 2, so we're gonna get you, Scion. It's a matter of time.
Yeah, what's Jim thinking about it? Is he on board with the hype train?
I don't know. He was still testing it. He was liking it. He's definitely likes the fact that he's able to he plays downstairs in a different room with virtual desktop that's got in his basement. It's got more space. So I would say that alone, the fact that he's able to do it wirelessly and have the bigger space, so far from that perspective, he likes. I don't want to talk for you, Jim. If you want to answer in the chat there, but so far from what I've seen, he likes most of it. I thought there was something that he didn't like. I think it might have been comfort. I think he said the comfort, even with he's got the Elite strap, not with the one with the battery, but he has his own battery on there. It's just not as comfortable as he would like. And I tried to tell him Wes's swivel trick. So hopefully he tried it. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I hope so. He says it's good, just the comfort blows. Yeah, well, I mean, it's not the best, obviously. It's no Rift S, it's no Index. But trust me, Jim, after you get used to adjusting it, you'll get it dialed in, and it won't be so painful on your face.
Yeah, well, I streamed 9, 10 hours, 6 hours, and it's never the pressure on my face is never what stops me. It's either being tired or standing so long or whatever. So
Yeah, team seated here. I play seated as much as I possibly can, including on Population One. I play Population One seated. So
yeah, I was gonna ask you how that is that good because I think Jim tried that and he said it was fine until he tried to fly with his arms out and then it was like weird or something. So I don't know.
well, my experience with playing seated, and by the way, I play seated more than I don't. Uh, Everything. I play everything seated. But
Hmm.
my experience with it is it's all about the chair selection. You got to have a good VR chair, and I use a high back bar stool. So
Hmm.
I've got arm rests, but they're kind of low. The back is there, but it's kind of low profile, and I'm high off of the ground, so the you don't have any weirdness with the floor being too close to the headset. You don't feel short in game
Okay.
at all.
Yeah, that's good. Hey, that works for me. I might have to try it.
Anyway, what do you say we do what we do here on the show, Roots? Let's talk a little VR news. Before that, let's start as we always do by saying hello to the chat. Factory Life in the house, Void Citizen. Of course, we already talked about the Diet Pepsi Cat here. Chris Richardson, Jim Hall, Recycled, Quadzilla, Ray Delator. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Scion, of course, Hussein X, Eric Smasher. I'm going to call him that forever.
Mm.
Overgees, Factory Life, a cast of thousands, Roots. Everyone showing up to see the Virtual Strangers show today.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you being here for sure. And let's get into some news.
Yeah, and unfortunately, all news can't be good news. And I guess our top story this week would fit into the category of not so good news because one of my most highly anticipated titles of 2020 is no longer a title of 2020. And I'm talking about After the Fall. Vertigo Games, we all know the studio behind Arizona Sunshine, has announced that its long awaited co op VR shooter After the Fall for PCVR and PSVR is going to be delayed until early 2021. After the Fall was first announced back at E3 2019 and was originally projected to arrive sometime this year. The announcement came, Roots, this past Friday via Twitter, and right off the bat, Roots, what time is it?
Quote time.
It is quote time, and it's a lengthy quote. Again, coming by the official After the Fall account on Twitter. Quote, we have made the difficult decision to move the launch of After the Fall to early 2021 to ensure the development team has sufficient time to deliver the experience that meets our vision. We want to make After the Fall the best and most gripping co op VR FPS experience possible. However, and here it comes, Roots. However, with the COVID-19 outbreak
Mm.
and everything going on in the world, we are facing several challenges that require more time to safely develop After the Fall and meet our high standards. We understand that this is not news you were hoping to hear, and we can assure you that we would have loved to have delivered you a great experience this holiday season. At the same time, we want to deliver the best four-player co-op action VR FPS that you can expect from us. Therefore, we are taking the additional time to get everything just right. We have big plans for After the Fall, and we cannot wait to show you more. Thank you for your patience and support. Please stay safe. So here we are, Roots. As is the case with every delayed game this year, they're all taking their mulligan, right? I mean, everybody has the built-in reason, the built-in excuse to not meet their self-imposed deadlines. But again, as is the always the case here, uh, their goal seems to be where it needs to be. And as always, I'd rather wait on a game than wait for a patch, right?
Yeah, we just had that discussion yesterday or last week, right, about squadrons and other games. It's just I think we're all done with getting games and then having them play like shit, and then developers saying, "Whoa, we're gonna fix it." I'd rather wait a little bit more, and we're at the end of the year anyway. It's not like we're beginning of 2021 and they're saying it's not 2022 before it comes out. Early 2021 is right around the corner. So I don't know. I'm still psyched for it, and I think it's gonna be better for waiting, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And make no mistake about it, we don't have very many four-player co-op shooters in VR. What is there like? There's like Onward, right? Can you? I mean, Evasion on PC maybe support for it doesn't on
I think
PlayStation.
it's
You can
three.
only do two on PlayStation. Is it three?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they're kind of moving into uncharted territory here with the four-player action co-op. So I've been looking forward to this for a while. All indications is that it's a beautiful game. They did have a playable demo at that E3 that they debuted it at. Um, but I'm curious, Roots. I'm curious what this last line means. We have big plans for After the Fall, and we can't wait to show you more. What do you think that means?
I don't know. I mean, obviously, it just means that there's more coming than we think. But I don't know what their plans could be that they want to show us.
I have an inkling. I have an idea, Roots, what this might be. And, call me crazy, but Vertigo Games just got acquired by a much bigger company. And forgive me if I don't remember exactly which one it was, but a larger video game company just gobbled up Vertigo Games. not a VR exclusive company either, mind you. And we just had the Oculus Quest 2 drop, which happens to be VR's cash cow right now. If you want to make money selling games in VR, right now, the really the way to do that is by releasing your game on Oculus Quest 2. So, by big plans, do you think that maybe they're talking about a Quest 2 version of this game?
Definitely would make sense, especially like you said, everybody's coming into VR. I mean, it was one of the things that Gamertag was saying right before I had to get off of his stream. He was talking to one of his people watching, and he was saying that because of the influx, the 5 times amount of people coming in to Quest 2 versus the Quest 1, excitement wise, that he's not worried about multiplayer games as much as he used to be in VR. And I'm feeling the same way. It's like he was specifically talking about Population 1. And so we're getting to that point. And if you have that many people fluxing into VR, and not only that, but with the VR news that's coming out and the weirdness, I mean, you want your game to come out to the people that are fucking jumping excited about VR, not one that's like in PlayStation's kind of in a lull. And it's not that it's not going to do well, but there's just so many people coming into VR on the Quest right now, or Quest 2, right? Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be a no-brainer to put this out. So
Yeah, Population One, the latest proof that multiplayer, if you have the right game, can work in VR. You know, the initial proof being Firewall on PlayStation, but Population One showing that the Oculus slash PCVR community can support a multiplayer game. Now, will it stand the test of time? I don't know. I think it will, but I don't know. But we're going to find out soon, Roots, with the release of Medal of Honor. Can VR support 2 multiplayer games concurrently? Can we keep 2 lobbies full at all times?
I think we can. Well, I guess it'll depend because Medal of Honor is a little bit different. It's more the campaign storyline with an added multiplayer, where Population One is just multiplayer. I submit that more people are going to be like just enjoying and the hell out of the campaign. There is going to be the excitement for the multiplayer, and I think it's going to be exactly what we're waiting for. But they're two different types of gameplay. You know, like the battle royale people are definitely not necessarily the same people that are going to be playing like a Call of Duty type. Then there will be crossover, but the people like Zach Fontaine or Scion, the people that initially were like, fuck Battle Royale, I'm not going to like this, that have enjoyed it, they're absolutely going to get pulled away by Medal of Honor. No, hands down. There's no way that they, for the most part, stay in a game that they were initially not really wanting to, when their jam is putting out what I think is going to be the best multiplayer of that type. But I don't know. I guess we'll find out, because there's so many people coming in, and this is not a selling point for Pop One, but there's a lot of kids in there. There's a lot of kids that love
Yeah.
they love Fortnite VR, and they don't want anything to do with Call of Duty VR, So
Yeah, and let me tell you something, Roots. These kids, they will light your ass up, son.
yeah, dude. I've had some kids on my team that were like 7, 8 kills on my team. I don't know. I don't know about the people that are killing me. I'm assuming a lot of them probably pretty young. I've had some kids on there that were like really young. I mean, I swear to God, I thought one was like 4 or something, and I don't know how that kid's doing it, but it's probably not a good idea.
Well, listen, man, if that kid's 4, he's been playing Rec Royale since he was 2.
Oh,
So
that's
that's
true.
how. You know
That,
what I mean? They've had practice. They've been waiting for this day. They're all still just waiting on Epic Games to bring official Fortnite into VR, which, by the way, I wouldn't consider to be an impossibility. Epic Games, the developer behind Robo Recall. So, stranger things have happened. We may actually get, off of the success of Population One, we may actually see like a Fortnite VR one day.
the real thing. Yeah, that'd be cool, because there's differences to Fortnite that I guess I don't know about because I don't play Fortnite. But one
Well,
of
you
them
can
being,
dance for one.
well, you can dance, and you got a hunt. Well, you can't. There's things you can't do in there that you can do in VR. But yeah, and I guess in Fortnite you can have 100 people. That's definitely that's how many people start. A lot of people, right? So
Yeah, I bet. I guess in like a Fortnite VR, you can dance too, but like you would be like actually dancing. That's how you would do it in VR.
What if you could use leg trackers, and then you could really like MC Hammer the hell out of it, dude. That'd be cool. That might be worth
That'd
it.
be pretty awesome. Robert Strinchak in the chat says, "Don't forget about contractors." Robert, we did not forget about contractors, and we're going to get to that in just a few minutes here. But back to After the Fall Roots. A little bummed out we're not getting it at the end of this year. But to be honest, uh, you know, the end of the year is kind of jam packed anyway, as it is. I mean, I barely have time to play the games that I have right now. So, I mean, if it wants to push into the early next year, I'm all for it. And if we end up getting a better game on possibly another platform because of it, then, no harm, no foul.
Yeah, absolutely. Because then that means I get to actually try this game, and that means that I mean, hopefully it would be cross play between the two systems. We're getting to that point as well. That's not necessarily a done deal, but that'd be pretty cool to be able to play with the PlayStation community, right?
Well, I can tell you that is not the case on Arizona Sunshine. But
Mm,
yeah, absolutely would be cool. And just because they can't do it on Arizona Sunshine, don't mean that they won't do it on their newer release.
yeah, they might think that there's a reason to, you know. So I mean, you got
Well, I
four
think that the
people.
reason why it wasn't supported on Arizona Sunshine is obviously the PlayStation can't keep up with the multiple. Uh, it's a different version of the game. There's a lot more NPCs and things on the PC version than there are on the PlayStation version. So and just the assets in general, not even just NPCs, but there's more assets in general. And obviously, on a game like After the Fall, not likely to get crossplay with it being four players like that because I don't, unless it were to be like a PS5 exclusive, which, according to Upload VR, we're not ever going to see.
Mm,
Now, again, the quote that they're referring to there was, "We haven't announced it yet," but that's last week's rant. I don't want to go through that again. Um, but I don't think we'll see crossplay with Sony uh, again, unless this is a PS5 exclusive.
yeah. Yeah. Either way, I just want to play it. So if I can play it with, if I don't get to play it with the PlayStation people, I'll be still happy.
Well, I don't think we're gonna have to wait too long to play it, Roots. Again, it's slated for early 2021, and you know, it makes you wonder. We've had a lot of these games get delayed like this, and we already know now that Sniper Elite is going to have a quest mode. Uh, we have After the Fall now being delayed. I'm highly suspicious of the delay. I think we might be getting a quest mode for it as well. Uh, but then it makes you wonder about a game like Undead Citadel. You think maybe that game could be getting a quest mode? And if so, is that good news or is that bad news, Roots? Uh, does it mean that, like we saw with Onward, for example, that the graphics are going to be dialed back a bit?
It's possible. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's bad. I don't flip out about all that stuff. As long as the gameplay is fun and the graphics are immersive, that's all that matters to me. I don't need to have the sharpest graphics in the world that in a half-baked game because of it. Or I guess in this case it'd be a game that maybe isn't as played. It's not as universally played for everybody. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Only time's going to tell. And thankfully, as of right now, we're not going to have to wait too long for After the Fall.
Well, that's
All right,
good.
Roots. Not all bad news this week. We did get an announcement of a new VR game, and from a very well-known, highly respected studio in Arvora Immersive. And I know I'm mispronouncing that. Sorry, Arvor. It's just easier to call you Arvor because I'm a stupid American.
Hmm.
But YUKI VR, Roots. This is a bullet hell shooter due for release early next year. Well, next year. I don't know if it's going to be early. It's due for release next year. The game is set in the imagination of a child who has an action figure of her favorite anime character, Yuki. Players then have the direct control of Yuki, maneuvering her through multi-dimensional worlds whilst avoiding an infinite barrage of bullets and obstacles. Yuki is about body movement and spatial awareness, as you will be physically moving her with your hands rather than a directional stick. It'll feature procedural levels and a semi persistent progression system with power ups and special abilities equipped before each run. So, Roots, what I'm looking here, it looks really colorful. We didn't get a whole lot of footage of the game, but we did get a little, and it looks fun. It looks like what's the game I'm thinking of? Blasters of the Universe meets Space Cats with lasers.
Yeah, just the whole thing, the premise, if it wasn't Arvor, I'll be another stupid American. Um, because of their previous games are so good. Pixel Rip, the way that you went into the game, this looks like it's going to be that same feel. And I love the way Pixel Rip did it. And I'm not a big anime person, but I'm watching this and I'm almost geeking out because it just looks so cool. I can imagine people that are into anime are gonna like flip their lid over it. It just looks really cool.
It looks like it's ready made for some swag, right? For some merch, Yuki merch. Roots. I can see it coming all from a mile away.
Yeah, speaking of merch, we have Pop One skins you can buy now. Who doesn't want to buy skins? Mamefan says he's a Yuki tester, so we got a Yuki
Awesome.
tester,
I'd
and
ask him what he thinks, but obviously he's not going to be able to say.
yeah, whisper us, let us know. No, just kidding. Um, it looks pretty cool, man. It looks like it'd be very fast paced, and I don't know. It looks like we're not going to be waiting that long. Hopefully, early 2021. But I guess it could be 13, 14 months for all we know.
Yeah, it looks like it plays like Space Cats with lasers, where you've got the characters actually in your hand, and instead of dodging the bullets with your body, you're dodging it with your hand. So
Yeah.
it looks like it plays very similarly to that. And then the progression system reminds me of something like After the Fall, where you'll have both permanent and non-permanent upgrades that you select before each run. So uh, you know, you know how After the Fall works. You have like a main hub where you can permanently upgrade your character, but the game's really based on these shorter term upgrades that differ from round to round.
I want to be an action figure, Wes. This looks pretty cool. I don't know,
Yeah,
different.
it's certainly an awesome looking trailer. Arbor killing it, right? I mean, Pixel Rip 1995 was awesome. They won multiple awards with the line, and now here they come back to the game realm with another apparent winner on their hands. And of course, we won't know until we play it, but it certainly looks promising.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I guess Mamefan knows, but hopefully soon we'll know. And sooner than later anyway. That looks pretty cool to me.
Yeah, I agree. Uh, what time is it?
Quote time.
It
Quote
is
time.
quote time number two. This is Ricardo Eustace, the CEO at Arvor.
Arvore.
The CEO, Ricardo Eustace. Quote, a while back we were brainstorming new ideas and we started to wonder what some classic game genres would look like translated completely to VR. So we started prototyping some of them. This translation of the bullet hell genre showed a lot of promise right from the initial prototypes. So we decided to dive in and Yuki was born. Uh, so, uh, you know, Arvor's sticking pretty much to their to what they're known for, right? They want to bring classic gaming into VR, and if nothing else, that's what Pixel Rip was known for, and we're gonna get more of it apparently here with Yuki.
Yeah, and what they also did well was bring in that whole atmosphere of being like a game within a game type of thing. And it seems like this is going along that. I don't know. It just looks different. And the way, as well as I liked Or as much as I like both Pixel Ripped, I think I'll like this one.
Yeah, and obviously with the game taking place in a dream, literally in a dream, it's going to have that surreal element to it, right? Where anything can literally happen at any time, much like Pixel Ripped. Anything can happen at any moment. It reminds me of like the in between scenes on duck season, right, where the kid falls asleep. Some crazy stuff happening in there. These surreal environments that change around you. One of my very favorite things in VR. So if we're going to get that here with this bullet hell shooter, I'm all for it, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Trey VR says, I don't think I would like Shooty Skies Overdrive, but very fun. This looks more in depth. So, Shooty Skies Overdrive is another arcade style bullet hell game that came out lately. And I didn't play that one either, but I thought it looked pretty cool. And I definitely see the comparisons that they're drawing here with this game.
Yeah, I didn't try that one either. I need to try it. And Mamefan says it's pronounced like Arvore, but Brazilians roll the R. I'm not that good at rolling it, so.
Yeah, I looked it up on Google at one point. I think it was back when Pixel Rip launched. I looked it up on Google and I had it right that week. So refer to those old episodes if you want to hear me actually pronounce it correctly. Yeah, it's been a minute, Roots. I don't remember exactly how to do it right.
I have to question if anybody really, really cares that much to go back and listen to Wes pronounce it correctly. Question your
You know
soul.
who else does it right, Roots?
My mom!
Yeah, she really knows that name well. Actually, she's a pretty much a VR connoisseur as well. So,
Yeah, absolutely. Uh, anyway, let's move on, Roots, because the next title I'm itching to talking about, and honestly, the next title we don't have a whole lot of news on. I just put it in here because it's might be my most highly anticipated VR game outside of unconfirmed Resident Evil 8, and that is Wraith: The Oblivion Afterlife. This past week, Fast Travel Games dropped a few storyline details for its upcoming VR horror title, Wraith: The Oblivion Afterlife. Set in the sinister looking Barclay Mansion, which has a terrifying history, you will play as Ed Miller, a photographer who came to the mansion with his wife Rachel to document a seance. Something went terribly wrong, and Rachel disappeared, and Ed died during the event. The game starts with Ed re entering the mansion, this time as a wraith stuck in the Shadowlands. Now, with supernatural powers at his disposal, Ed wants to uncover the truth about his death, find Rachel, as well as solve the mysteries of the mansion. Uh, Roots, we've talked about this game a great number of times before, and I don't know if you saw it. They released some new stills, some new snapshots of the game this past week as well, and it's coming along nicely. If I do say so.
I did not see him, but definitely looks creepy, right? I mean, that guy's running in the trailer. He must be really creeped out. But
Yeah, yeah. The mixed reality thing. The guy certainly does look terrified. We did glean a little bit from what Fast Travel shared this week, a little bit about how the gameplay is going to go. You'll use Ed's camera to reveal important clues hidden in the sprawling mansion. You'll be able to find hidden secrets and unlock memories of past occurrences by photographing certain objects. Just because you're a wraith doesn't mean that you're safe either. There are darker entities lurking in the shadows, so you will have to hide when the time comes. So it's not like a straight stealth survival horror game. It's more of an exploration game. I would imagine that if you were to take like the original Resident Evil, the exploration of the old manor, the old grounds, take that element and then insert in Blair Witch, where you have the camera and taking pictures of things unlocks, information about past events. Uh, that's what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing some Resident Evil. I'm seeing some Blair Witch. I'm seeing some Layers of Fear, and that's pretty good company to be in.
Yeah, if they can do it all, if they can bring it all together in the ultimate horror game. Yeah, I mean, really, they just need to get Wes's approval, because if Wes says it's good, then I trust that it's a good horror game. And I'm waiting for the killer game, Wes, outside of Oregon Quarter, which I forgot to put that in the because I said so category for Discord, but you need to try that, because I want to hear your whether you think it's creepy or not, because I thought it was weird and creepy, and that's I think might be the only one on PC that I know of that kind. So
Maybe I'll check it out today. Maybe we should do Because I Said So tomorrow.
yeah. Oh, hey. Okay. Well, there's my choice now. I guess I got to find out what you're going to choose for me. Excited.
I will let you know within short order after the show. I'll figure something out, something good for you to play. But yeah, Roots. I mean, I like the concept here. I like the gameplay concept. I think that it is going to lend itself for some entertaining time in VR. Really, the only question that remains to be seen with it is it going to be scary?
Yeah.
Because different people have different definitions of what's scary, and like you said, my opinion of VR horror on PC is that it's just good. And we have some good games, we have some really good ones, but the great ones are all on PlayStation. So will this be the first great PC VR horror game? I don't know, but I know that the people at Fast Travel there uh, are people that share similar interests with me, and they seem to think that it's terrifying.
Well, I'll tell you what. There's a disconnect when it comes to horror for some reason. Like when I can play Dread Halls, and that is creepier and scarier than most horror games in VR. I think most developers are missing the mark. Like they don't know about the tension, the music, the creepy sounds, the like. There's this misconception that everybody's Alex and it's all about jump scares, and jump scares suck, bro. Like unless they're well placed and they make sense, you know what I mean. They're for the most part, I don't jump, and I go through most horror games like you do. I'm in a headset. It's not real, and it doesn't scare me. So for something to really get into under Roots' skin, it's got to be creepy as hell. It's got to be something that, of course, it's got to involve everything. It's got to get that really get the audio down, and so hopefully this will be it. Because I don't know it. There's so many games out there that try and don't do it, and hopefully this one will.
Yeah, not that they're bad games. They're actually are quite a few fun horror games on PC. The one thing that's missing from them is they're just not that scary, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I get what you're saying. Jump scares are fine. If jump scares are used sparingly and set up correctly, they can be very effective. Affected the Manor is good at jump scares. Home Sweet Home was pretty good at jump scares. But most of the time, most of these indie games, they overuse it so that you're not ever really surprised, and it's just kind of a hacky thing to do, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Gamer Chick was saying, asking, I guess, is Dread Halls more creepy than Phasmophobia? And I was taking forever to type it, so I might as well say it. Phasmophobia is creepy, but my thing is we didn't go that far into it. Which we still need to do for sure, because I think I feel like it's going to be creepier. But
So did she ever get her stuff sorted out so that we can all go in and play that one?
Last I heard, she was waiting on a computer that could run VR. Because the one that I guess the work computer that they have to have for a job wasn't able to do it at that point, and was only able to play it flat, which I think flat wouldn't be. It's just not going to be scary to me.
Nah, dude, no, don't waste a game like that on flat. I'm still holding off, man. I still haven't went into that one, despite it being near the top of my to-do list. because I want to go into it with the right people, right? So we'll wait. We'll wait until we can get a good crew of 4 together, and we'll all tackle it together.
Absolutely. Reckoner VR says a chair in a room is still a good highlight of VR horror for him. See, I never played that
Yeah,
one. Is it pretty good?
yeah, I would agree with that. It's I'm not so sure I'd call it a horror game. I mean, it does have horror elements, and it's very dark. I mean, I guess it's kind of a horror game. It is certainly a good game. Uh, it has some technical things with it. So it's a little glitchy, a little rough around the edges, but it certainly tells the story well, and has some really scary parts and some memorable imagery in the game as well. So yeah, that's a good one, and I think if I remember correctly, that one was on a pretty good sale on Steam last week. So yeah, definitely check that one out if you haven't already.
Yeah, Jim Hall made a good point. He said, we basically only did the tutorial and never went back. And my comment was, that's the story of Ruuts' life. How many times, Wes, are we talking about a game? And I'm like, I didn't get past that room. And you're like, dude, that was the first room. And for whatever reason, sometimes
Right.
I don't go too deep into it. But I guess that's a good thing. When I do go into it really deep, it's going to be with the right people, right? So,
You know who loves it when you go into it really deep?
uh,
My mom!
yeah, well, that's what I heard, but I try to not.
We should start a new series on the channel, Roots. We should do Roots's tutorial reviews. So like you can go through like all of the tutorials in every release and talk about how awesome they are.
I think people would love it. They would totally give me a lot of credibility. They'd be like, this dude knows what he's talking about. He played the
Or,
tutorial.
or we could just do like gameplays, like a tutorial gameplay for every game.
Yeah, because that's the best part. Actually, it's funny how many people leave that in their videos, and it's like, I don't want to watch the tutorial, bro. I know I did, and I was too lazy to get them out of there, but it's all about the gameplay, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And what spells out gameplay uh, better than the tutorial, right? That's where we learn how to play.
Tutorial guy. That's where we met him and killed him. So,
Rest in peace, tutorial guys.
yeah.
I got a
Yeah.
pile of bodies a mile high, Roots. I can't help it. I've probably spent, no lie, I've probably spent a good 30 minutes of my life killing tutorial guy.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I think I killed him a
But
few times.
he is gonna remember it though, by the way.
He did say. He said he was going to remember it. Probably in Saints and Sinners too. He's going to be all over Wes's ass, man.
Right. It may come back to haunt me later in the campaign. By the way, while we're on Saints and Sinners, we're all queued up for the next piece of content. Um, I've been teasing a gameplay that I've been planning on recording. I started into the game on Quest 2, which is awesome, by the way. And then I had some people demo and play the game, and my progress got reset. Unfortunately, I had to start over again. But Roots, I've played the beginning of that game no less than I don't know, 10 or 12 times at this point. And the way that it's variable. There's such variability in the game. I've yet to get bored with it. Like I've had more fun every time that I've played it because I can do little things differently to to benefit my character. Obviously, in the game, uh, I think I just on my most recent playthrough, I just crossed day 5 and I've already unlocked like the expanded backpack and we're good to go. But anyway, as I was saying, the content that I've been teasing with the Quest 2 version of Saints and Sinners, the gameplay, is probably going to come up this week because I played it day before yesterday, and I'm all queued up. I'm right where I need to be now to shoot what I want to shoot. So,
Nice.
Evil Weasel incoming.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to do Evil Scion my next playthrough. I'm just going to stab everybody in the face, bro. It's everybody right in the face. And I'm going to start with Henri. And I think that'll be fun. But that sounds good. I can't wait to see it.
You know who loves to be stabbed in the face, Roots?
My mom!
Yeah, she does.
All right. It says, Wes, are you able to skip the tutorial when you start a new game of Saints and Sinners? Yes, actually, this last time was the first time I've ever done that. But yeah, it did. It worked properly. I was able to skip scene by scene. I think you hold Y or whatever, and it'll skip. So yeah, it literally it put me. I skipped the scene with Henri, and it put me like straight onto the into the gameplay. Like I didn't have the little scene where the walkers crash the boat. Like you go straight from Henri into the gameplay, like you're on the shore at the cemetery gates.
I have a hard time doing that. Every time I start the game, I want to watch the scenes. Like, I think some of the best part of that game and the opening scene of, just watching the guy getting knocked off into the water, the guy like begging for his life. You know what I mean? Like, it puts you in that Walking Dead atmosphere, like right off the bat. So I have a hard time at least not watching that beginning opening part because I think was done so well that I just really like it. So,
I always want to open fire on those dudes, but I don't have a gun.
I
Like
know.
I want to start a conflict, and then I think even in one of the scenes, like a gun gets dropped or something, and I'm like, oh shit, let's go over there and get it. Let's fight.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he does. He goes over the edge or whatever. That would be pretty cool.
Anyway, Wraith, the Oblivion Afterlife will be in another Ruuts early 2021 release, supporting Oculus Quest, Oculus Rift, Rift S, or as we like to call it here, Oculus Link, HTC Vive, Valve Index, and PSVR. Quest and Rift Ruuts confirmed cross-buy support with this one.
Oh, good. Well, it makes a difference for me because sometimes I want to play it with Link. Sometimes I want to play it. That's why I bought Tetris Effect is so I can actually take it over to somebody's house. I was talking to a customer, Wes. I usually say this in the beginning of it, but I went into his house and he was so excited. He was like, "Oh my god, dude! I bought after you left the other day. I went down and I bought the Quest 2, 64 gig. I didn't want to break his heart and tell him he should have got 256. But he got 64 gig. He was all excited. Said he got Population 1, but this is what blew me away. So I haven't tried it yet though. I've just been playing Beat Saber. Let's do this. His fucking world that he's so excited. It's all Beat Saber all the time, 24/7, 360, all that shit. But I'll tell you what, man, I bought Beat Saber myself and I was enjoying Believer. I bought the Believer pack, man. I'm doing 360 Imagine on hard and I'm failing every time, Wes, and I still enjoy it. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, I've owned Beat Saber on Quest for nearly a year now. Still haven't played it.
Oh,
Like my kids
shit.
love it, but I still haven't played it at all.
I bought it. I mainly bought it because I like Imagine Dragons and there was a sale. I could get it for $40, which is like, I think it's already on sale, the game. It's definitely a 20% discount, but it's really my nephew, whenever I go over to his house, he loves Beat Saber and, he's always bugging to play over here. So I know he's going to want to play at his house. So I bought it. Then of course, like I said, I've been enjoying it as well, just because it's a quick game to get in. And I really just wanted to tell this story so Reckoner VR could just be like the son of a bitch Ruuts, because I know he hates it, Beat Saber. So
How's the 360 mode? You digging that?
yeah, dude, it's actually really cool, and it's I can see how people could say, because I've heard people say I play 360 mode on flat or not flat with a tether, no problem. You could. I mean, it's not doesn't seem to be going 100%. Maybe that's not the hard ones do, but it always leads you. But it definitely adds difficulty, and I don't know. It's made me actually enjoy the game. Usually, for the most part, Beat Saber it kind of got boring for me, but now on that 360 mode, it makes it different, and it's actually really difficult because you're not only just going in different directions, but the blocks are changing a lot in different directions, and there's a lot more to be doing. So
Yeah. Well, the good thing about that Roots, my chair, it swivels.
oh, so you can do everything sitting down. Well, my chair swivels too. It's not a bar stool, but I need to figure out how to play Population 1 sitting, because 9-10 hours standing in one spot, it's just it's different than walk. I walk all day long, Wes. I'm constantly moving at my job, and so I don't have a problem moving, standing. I don't usually care about sitting, but standing in one spot for that long, it just puts pressure on your joints for old people.
Well,
In different
that's the
spots.
reason why I normally play seated. Is yeah, like you, I'm on my feet at work, and if I continue to be on my feet after I get home, generally my feet hurt pretty bad. So that's why I've kind of gotten used to playing seated. Now I play Pop One comfortably seated, but with that said, I still pretty much suck at Pop One. So I don't know if you can actually play well seated, but you know, I have no issue playing. I don't feel encumbered by the chair in any way. I feel like I'm doing just fine. You know, I'm used to stick turning and all that stuff anyway. So
I bet Stumpy Nub could do it sitting down, no problem. Probably laying down. I tried doing that on laying down for a few minutes, and that doesn't work either, Wes. But yeah, that definitely. I'll have to try sitting. I'm gonna have to try it just to see, because it could be the handicap that makes it actually interesting. Because I'm just that good that I need like as much coming. No, I'm just kidding. I wish.
do you leave your Guardian on or do you disable it?
I do, but it's not as easy. I guess maybe it will be with Link. I've never tried it. Usually when I had the Link, or was using the Rift S, I never used the Guardian. I got rid of it because I'm not a noob. I know where my shit is. You know what I mean? I'm not running around. I'm not grandma in that one plank video diving into the wall. I face one direction, and if I do move, I'm not wandering around my play space. But if I have people over, I absolutely want it up, and I want it shrunk down, because people do weird stuff. I have seen people dive and do weird stuff with my headset on. Rick and Morty, one of my roommate's girlfriend, like decided she was going to run across the room to get to Morty or something, and ran right into the wall. That was fun. So
Yeah, though they actually make it pretty easy to shut the Guardian off on the Quest 2. What you want to do is you want to go into settings, and then there is a menu option for developers. And if you click developer, there's only like 3 or 4 settings in there, and one of them is to disable Guardian.
mm.
So
Yeah,
yeah, it works well. It'll break certain games, like certain games need to know where the floor is at. But for the most part, it works pretty well.
Yeah, well, I'll have to try it maybe. I don't know. I guess what I could do, Wes, is, I mean, if I really just wanted to be lazy, I could just draw the Guardian bigger, super huge,
Right,
and then it won't.
right. I do that too sometimes.
Yeah, because there's nothing more immersive breaking than catching the grid pop up, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, I'm in VR. This kind of sucks.
Absolutely. Jim Hall says playing VR sitting seems wrong for some games. I'll agree with that. Like I can't sit for in death Unchained. I have to stand for that one. Now, if I would allow myself to play with the crossbow, I probably could sit. But Roots playing with the crossbow is kind of like playing on easy for me. Like I never pick the easy mode, and that's how I kind of look at the crossbow and in death. It's
Yeah,
an easy mode.
I've never tried it. I may have tried it once for like 2 seconds, but I want the bow and arrow. Actually, I was playing that last night as well, and that's I'm just blown away by how good that is. And what got me into it was cranking up the settings for Tetris Effect, to the 3000 and the CPU 4, and then I just started going to all sorts of games. That one of being, and it ran. Dude, I don't know which. They say that like it has to be older games, but shit, man, what game am I going to run into that doesn't run perfect with everything turned up? Like I've turned it up for Saints and Sinners, it ran great for me. I mean everything. So I don't know.
Yeah. GamerCheck 13, the Diet Pepsi Cat says, I suck at Pop One too. We should group up and suck and get better together. We absolutely should do that. And I put my friend code on the Discord. I believe it was yesterday. So if you go into our Pop One channel, you can find my friend code on there. And that goes for anybody else who might want to pair up as well. But again, when I say I suck, I'm not like being modest. I really suck. I've only played it twice. So don't friend me or don't party up with me rather unless you want to carry me. So
Yeah.
you have been warned.
Yeah, and he's not joking either, as far as people getting pissed. Some people don't have patience, Wes. Like I run into new people all the time. I have more patience for new people than I do for people that should know better, like Scion or Jim. Come on, man, res me. That's my biggest thing. I get this in my mind. I need to be alive, and then so like if they make the choice to not to do something else, they're wrong. Even though I intellectually know that they're not wrong, that they're allowed to make that choice as well.
Yeah,
So
I've noticed that people aren't really interested in the object of the game. The object of the game is longevity. It's about being the last squad standing. But I mean, literally, you can chase these people down sometimes to try to get resurrected, and it's like you're a ghost, Roots. It's like they can't even see him.
yeah, well, and it's funny too because it's all about timing. Because sometimes you don't want to be resing people quickly, but if you can get that person up, absolutely, we've won a lot of times because you're able to you just have that extra person, even if that person has nothing and runs out there and they focus on them. Now they're paying attention to that person as a distraction, right?
Well,
So
here's the thing, man. I get it that everybody wants to get their kills, but as long as one of us are alive, then we're all alive because we can resurrect one another. And obviously, the longer that we persist in the match, the more likely we're going to be to get a kill. So my philosophy on it is we should constantly be striving to resurrect people if we can do it without putting ourselves in danger. That's what we should be doing.
yeah, absolutely.
Obviously, it's on the player to the down player to make it to where the living player is at. But if you're in the same area, I think it should be more of a priority for people to keep their squad alive and therefore keep themselves alive.
I blame the leaderboards, Wes, because like the first thing you see right there is like all your friends and where their kills are, and so that even my in my mind, and I'm trying to stay alive and I want us to win. Sometimes I jump out there, Wes, and I'm like shooting them, and I just want to kill somebody, and then I realize, oh fuck, this is bad, and then I die, and then I'm like, why was I out in the open like that? But it's like the second part of Roots that I can't control. I'm still trying to rein him in, and hopefully I can do that soon, because then I can be better than Stumpy Nub. Although I don't think that's ever going to happen, because that dude is a god at this game.
I found it interesting the other day when I actually did kill that guy. At the end of the match, when it tallies up your XP, actually the XP I got for the kill was very low. Like I got like 3 or 4 times as much XP for collecting things than I did for killing that guy. So like literally there was like 4 or 5 things I got XP for, and killing was like the next to last thing.
Yeah, yeah. I think you get like 10 per kill. I think you might maybe get like a 5 if you got some damage on them or something, but it's definitely not the highlight of your XP for sure. Unless you kill a lot of people and you get 60, 70, 80, whatever, but usually it's about 10. But yeah.
Yeah, I think I got 15. So maybe I did what you said and I got some kind of damage on somebody, but I got 15 if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Yeah, and Jim Hall says he'll take second place with tons of kills over first with a few or not much engagement. I mean,
Oh,
that's my thought. I've had games where we won and I had 0 kills and I was like, that sucked. That was hot garbage is what I say.
let me be clear. Obviously, I'm not saying that you shouldn't make getting kills your priority. My whole thing is as long as one of us is alive, the match goes on longer and we have more opportunity to get the kill, right?
Yeah.
So like if you resurrect me and then you end up getting killed in a minute, well, I'm still here. So you're still here because I can resurrect you. And that extends the matches, and it gives us more opportunity to get those kills. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I agree. 100%.
Anyway, I don't know how we got off on Pop One again from
Just keeps
Wraith,
happening.
the Oblivion Afterlife, but I like talking about horror games, Roots. So let's talk about an upcoming PSVR exclusive horror game. And as we all know, the best horror games are on PlayStation. And I'm talking about Do Not Open. Earlier this year, as part of Sony's PlayStation Talents program, Quasar Interactive revealed upcoming PlayStation VR horror title Do Not Open. Last week, the PlayStation Talents the Moment 2020 event was held online and with a new trailer unveiling more gameplay footage. And Roots, I don't know if you watched it or not, but this is like a 4 minute gameplay trailer. It's pretty cool. A survival horror, the gameplay has been inspired by escape room mechanics where players are confined to a house which continually changes.
Mm.
So here we are, Roots. I was talking about it a moment ago when we were talking about YUKI, how I like being in these like surreal dreamscapes where things can constantly be changing around you all the time. Apparently, that's what we're going to have here with Do Not Open, as we're going to be confined to a creepy old, dilapidated building, as we so often are. Only it's going to be changing around you
Oh,
continually.
I saw that door he was standing in front of, and as you're telling me that it's called Do Not Open, he opened that shit up real quick, ran right in there. I don't know if you should be opening that, but I don't know, man. It definitely looks creepy, right? I didn't get a chance to watch the entire thing. I did watch some of it when I was downloading it and moving it over to OBS and making sure there was no audio again. But no, it looks pretty good, and it looks like the lighting is done really well. The reflections, just everything looks good, right?
Yeah, like the looks of the game are really impressive, especially when you consider, as you can see at the bottom of the screen there, this is pre-alpha. I mean, this is early footage of the game, and I mean, it looks on par with RE7, doesn't it? I mean, everything has that same gritty texture to it, and that same like kind of look to it that RE7 had.
It's funny when you say that because when he was at the table looking at that pot and stuff, that's exactly what I thought. It looked like a table in RE7 the way that when he was looking at it, or she. I don't want to assume, but that looks good. It looks really good. So hopefully they'll, get that atmosphere going. And I don't know too much about it except for it's horror and it's an escape the room. I bet there's a 3. That 3 is probably somewhere in a puzzle. Maybe that's one of the combinations for that lock. See, I'm already thinking about the game. I'm just watching the trailer.
Yeah, but I mean, what good is a combination if you do not open the lock?
That's true. I guess we're gonna have to break protocol.
Well,
Open
he
it up.
opened the cabinet, Roots. He's totally breaking protocol left and right.
Well, boring would it be if he just walked around and didn't open shit? He's like, come on, dude.
Look, all of the answers are in the drawers and cabinets, but
Not
can't open them, bro.
Nope.
It's the rules.
Yeah, that's right.
No, anyway, let's see, where was I? The story revolves around Michael J. Goring, a zoologist and epidemiologist searching for his wife and daughter. He wakes up inside, but as the game progresses, so does the layout of the house, an analogy to the loss of his sanity. Quasar Interactive is designing Do Not Open as a non linear experience, so players can return and make different decisions to alter the final outcome. So basically, Roots, this is going to be a very unique type of game meant to be consumed start to finish in a single play session, but each play session is supposed to be dramatically different than the last. So no two gameplays are supposed to be the same in this thing.
Wow. Well, that's the future, right? I think we're gonna get. I really do believe we're gonna get to the place soon where AI is gonna be changing things up. Even the heart monitor reading your heart, like we've said before, and all of a sudden, I don't know. I watched that David Attenborough thing. It was a spider dude, and that thing was so close, and I could imagine Anthony or people that don't like spiders. I feel like we're entering a new era where people are gonna be creeped out. Good.
The technology is pretty intense these days. I watched that same David Attenborough thing, and it was up close and personal, wasn't it?
Yeah, dude, and that's one of the things I checked out when I cranked everything up, and I couldn't believe how good it looked. And it was just like it just blew me away. I'm always running into people that are older at work, and I'm trying to explain to them VR and stuff. But those are the things that I point to that would blow somebody away that has no interest in gaming at all, that just really wants something cool way to consume their media. And that David Attenborough thing, especially once you've cranked everything up through SideQuest, I just couldn't believe how good it looked. And it was filmed how many years ago? I mean, it's not even that they just filmed it. They must have used high tech stuff to film it even back then. Imagine what they could do today.
Well, the Micro Monsters is as Onikazi so kindly reminded us the title. It's a new release. It just came out with the Quest 2. So I
Yeah,
don't
but
know how long ago they filmed it, but
well,
it's a new release.
well, it's a new release, but it's been upgraded. I believe it was on the Go, if I'm not mistaken, like even back then. But they redid it for the Quest, and they redid it for the Quest too. And maybe if I'm wrong in the chat, let me know. But I could have sworn that's what I read. And so I just think it's cool that they it's just how good it is. It just looks so good on that screen, and it's so it's not 360, it's 180, but it just shows you what they could do with any Shark Week, whatever, any of that stuff, man. All the stuff that we love to watch on TV now is in your face in 3D, and that was the best thing I've ever seen of that nature. So
Yeah, I can agree with that. Very high definition with regards to these types of VR video experiences. And I know Jim Hall was asking about that a few weeks ago, and he's going to get to check that out now that he finally bit the bullet and picked the Quest up. So.
yeah.
But yeah, I get what you're saying with the technology and the AI. I could only imagine this type of a game like Do Not Open being AI driven with an intelligent force at work to tailor the gameplay to what scares you.
Yeah,
Like
like
those days are coming. Those games, we're gonna play those games in our lifetime, and I can only imagine how effective that it's actually going to be.
yeah, imagine the AI just that its whole purpose is to fuck with you, and just really, really make you think you're crazy, dude. Like, I don't know. I think it sounds cool.
Yeah, Frank says, what app is he talking about? It's in Oculus Television, Frank. It's called Micro Monsters. It's an episodic series. There's like 4 or 6 of them. That's a very up close look at micro, bugs, for lack of a better word, insects.
I definitely recommend if you do have the PC though, go to SideQuest, kick up the CPU to 4, and then the resolution to 3000 or whatever the highest one is, because it'll run any of the videos anytime you're watching media. You should be able to kick it straight onto that, and
So it does make a difference then when you upscale the render resolution. It does play through to the Oculus TV stuff.
yeah, it must, because I mean either that or it just, I mean, I guess I didn't try it without it, but I mean I everything went through, so I mean it looked amazing. Either that or it looks phenomenal without.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, Do Not Open, again, a non-linear experience. Players can return to make different decisions to alter the final outcome. It's going to be not so easy, Ruuts, they're saying, because there are absolutely no save points. So anytime you
Ooh.
play this game, you're going to beat it or you're not going to beat it, but you're not going to just tap out halfway through it and then try to come back and finish it later. So it's meant to be consumed start to finish, and then next time when you come back, you'll have a completely different experience start to finish. But no saves, Roots.
Hmm.
Tough,
I wonder.
just tough escape the room style gameplay.
I wonder how long it is. I don't think people can handle that, Wes. People are so
Yeah.
soft anymore. They'll be like, "Fuck, man, I got to play longer than 20 minutes." Bullshit.
I got to imagine it's probably rather short. I'd say 2 hours or less.
Yeah.
Most likely. If you're going to have it be like that, it has to be something that can be easily consumed. And again, we're talking about a VR game here. It's not like a flat game where you can sit and play for 8 and 10 hours on end. A lot of people, by the time they're hitting 2 hours in VR, they get, they need a break, bro.
Hmm.
Yeah, I would imagine it's probably not going to be any longer than 2 hours. It's going to be interesting too to see how they price it, because normally the shorter games, um, they can't charge as much, but when you have a game like this where it's like a new game every time you play it, I mean, there's value in that. So it'll be interesting. Obviously, coming from a startup, someone who Sony has subsidized, indie developer who Sony has subsidized, it's going to be interesting to see how it turns out, how they price it, how they market it, especially, you know, when we consider PlayStation 5 as well, you know.
Yeah, very true, very true.
All right, moving down the list, let's see here. It says currently PlayStation VR exclusive is expected to launch early next year. So again, this is, let's see, this is according to VR Focus. It's saying that we're going to get this game early next year. So I guess they might be a little closer to a finished product than we thought.
Cool. Well, can't wait. Can't wait. So this is an exclusive though, so I might not get to try this.
No, not until you buy your PS5. By the way, public service announcement for those of you who want a PS5 and have yet to be able to pre-order one. There are going to be PlayStation 5s available on launch day at most major retailers, but here's the catch: it's a big but. Not in person. You have to order them online. So they're all going to have stock on Thursday, but you have to order it online. So, you know, each individual retailer is going to have their sales start at a different time, and we're not exactly sure when that's going to be, with the exception of Walmart, who have been kind enough to inform people of when they're going to put theirs on sale. And um, the Walmart sales for the PlayStation 5 on Thursday are going to be 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock. So every 3 hours on Monday, they're going to let some of them go, and I think that's pretty cool. It's allowing them to they're allowing people who maybe have to work or have some kind of engagement. Everybody's got a shot, right?
Yeah, true. Exciting.
Anyway, as previously mentioned and promised, let's talk a little bit about Contractors VR. Contractors VR has been announced for official release on the Oculus Quest and is scheduled to launch on December 3rd. This fast paced military shooter will have cross buy access across Oculus Quest and the Oculus Link platform. The game is currently available on Oculus Link with a price tag of $20, and it is also available on Steam for Valve Index, HTC Vive, Oculus Link, and Windows Mixed Reality. For those of you who cannot wait to check out the game, you can preview the beta work in progress version on SideQuest right now, and I'm pretty sure that's free, isn't it, Ruuts?
Yeah, for now. That's one of the things that people are freaking out about, is that they're not going to have contractors for free anymore pretty soon here.
Yeah, I mean, pay the you know they're working hard to bring this thing to Quest. Pay them for their trouble, right?
Yeah. Well, and I would imagine that the official, you'll probably have, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but they'll have access to the, eventually to the maps that are created by users. I don't know. That's the big thing. Like if I was going to buy this game and they said, man, it's just exactly the same as Contractors on PC, except for there's no maps, user created maps, I'd say, pass. Because the game's not in its bare form, isn't as good as it is with the maps that everybody's created. That's what makes the game so good. So if they get that, if that is coming with this, it's definitely worth $20. Absolutely, hands down. Otherwise, we could have had it for free. I don't know.
Well, it may be one of these situations like Beat Saber. You know, when Beat Saber initially came to the Quest store, you could not install custom songs on it, but eventually somebody found a workaround so that now you can. It may be the same case here, where on launch day, you can't play those extra, you know, user created maps, but somebody may figure out a way to implement that in the future.
But it's going to be good for the game either way. People can say what they want about SideQuest and how amazing it is and the fact that it was free, but there's a good portion of the population that say, ooh, I have to do something that's not, they're warning me not to do, even though they tell you can do it. Like there's enough into SideQuest that there's a portion of the people that will just say that's too weird. I don't want to take the risk, and which is weird to me, but I understand some people are like that. So just the fact that you can actually get it, it's supported, it's on the store, you buy it for $20. I guarantee the lobbies are going to fill up. So it's going to be good for the game.
Yeah, so as we mentioned, we've had contractors on Oculus Quest for some time now. Really, not a whole lot of news here, other than it's coming to the official store and it's going to be cross-buy enabled. Really, the only reason I'm mentioning it today because I really have two main questions regarding it. And we saw with Onward the implementation of an official Quest version negative or impact the PC version of the game in a negative way. Do you think that that's a possibility here with contractors?
Hopefully, you know. Science said he heard whispers mod support is coming for Quest version, but don't take that as a fact. They're not 100% sure. Definitely won't be on launch day, but I don't know. Hopefully.
So, do you think that this is going to affect
Like graphics.
the PC version the same way that the Onward Quest version affected the Onward PC version, where we see the PC version dialed back to create parity between the two?
I don't know because it's already out there. People can already play with Quest people. They just can't play. They can only play in certain lobbies, not certain maps. All the add-on maps or whatever. So I would think maybe that whatever was going to happen has already happened. I don't know if it get any worse than where it's at now, but I could be wrong on that.
I think that you're probably right. The contractors has the advantage of having been have this extended beta period where it's been available on SideQuest for a while now. So any negative impact that would have happened to the PC version will have already happened. So has anyone complained about the graphics taking a step back with it?
I thought there was some murmurs about it a while back, but not anything I mean, everybody's still hyped up on it. Scion's still going on there. Scion would be, contractors dev says no to PCVR downgrade. So I guess they're coming out and they're smart enough to see what happened to Onward, and they're immediately saying it's not getting downgraded, guys, which is good. That means that they don't have to downgrade it. Kind of goes against the argument that some of the people in the Discord have, that if it's going to be on Quest, it has to be downgraded, and it kind of points to the devs more on whether they're willing to do the work to make it look better on the PC version, right?
Yeah, so. Absolutely. All right, my other question with this is actually kind of a big question, and I don't know. I'm interested to hear your take, Ruuts. We've talked about VR multiplayer at great length on this program before, as well as the Monday show. And, one of the things we always come back to is that timing is everything. Timing is everything when it comes to these types of games. You want to be able to support your lobby, and you want to be able to sell copies of your game. And I question the timing of bringing this to the official Quest store right now, Ruuts, as Population 1 is booming. It's still a new game. The lobbies are growing. People are coming into new players are coming into the Quest ecosystem every day, and they're buying Pop 1 right now. Everybody's playing Pop 1 right now. So are you worried that coming head to head with a game like that's got so much momentum behind it right now might have an adverse effect not only on the lobbies, but on sales as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a possibility. It just really depends on how, I don't know how full the lobbies are right now. If they've been hit by Pop 1, I would imagine they have to be, just because so many people are in there. I mean, even, Stumpy Nub, somebody was saying, and now granted it was Onward, but I'm sure it was probably the same for contractors. He said Stumpy Nub was a fanatic, crazy, good in those games as well. So people have seen Stumpy Nub in other games, and he's now on Pop 1, just like all the players are now on Pop 1. So it could absolutely affect it. I mean, at least it's $20. It's a little bit cheaper, and it is cross-buy. So like people like I don't know. I own it on Steam, so I'd have to buy it on Oculus to get that, but I don't think I would do that. So I don't know. I guess there is a good possibility it will affect it, you know. And then you've got Medal of Honor dropping not too long after, right? And that
Yeah.
one I would think would affect more than Pop One, just because it's a similar type of PvP.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm legitimately concerned here. Now I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to get in on the gravy train while it's hot, while it's rolling. But yeah, I think it's going to be a tough time to sell a Quest multiplayer game right now. Now, well, the one thing it does have going for it is um, an existing user base, right? People own this game already on Rift, and it's cross-buy enabled. So, at least from the lobby perspective, I think you're going to be able to count on your regulars to at least shoulder some of the burden there. But I'm not sure how many copies that they're going to be able to sell, especially after a couple of months of giving the game away for free on SideQuest.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, is a lot of people are upset because they're like, well, I got to pay for this. I mean, granted, it's going to be better than the side quest version of it, but the side quest version was exactly what you said. It was a beta. It was like a different version of a beta. And some people will be put off by it, but I think if you enjoy the game enough, $20 is not that much to get into it, right?
I agree. 20. It's a really good game, and I guess we probably should have let in with that. This is a great game. I mean, before uh, Pop One, I mean this is probably the most fun I've had in a PCVR multiplayer shooter. Is on Contractors, so it's a really good game, and it has that going for it. And because of that, it's going to survive. It's going to be around for a while, and maybe it'll win long term. My concerns are more short term concerns than anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Traveling Man 3775 says the large user maps would need to be downgraded though. Yeah, that's interesting, and I wonder how they would approach this because I'm no developer, but my understanding of it is the way that the graphics and textures are rendered on the Oculus Quest is fundamentally different than on like a PC or a PlayStation game. It's a different type of graphics. So what that makes me wonder is if you could even port these custom maps in. I would think, if my understanding of the technology is correct, that the maps would probably have to be rebuilt in Oculus Quest in order to work on Oculus Quest. And in doing so, the file size is going to be much, much smaller, like a tenth of what it would be on the PC.
Well, and to be fair, as good as the maps look when you have those huge maps, that's one of my things I hate the most about this game is downloading the mods, because half the time for me personally, I don't know how it's happened for others, but I'll be halfway downloading through all the mods, and then all of a sudden one of them will have some weird glitch and it breaks the thing, and I have to uninstall it, reinstall all of it. And that's why I haven't gone into it, because every time Scion says, "Hey, you want to go in Contractors?" He's got maps in the game that I can't play because I don't have them yet, and then I got to go into the game to download them. You can't do it any other way. I can't just go to Steam and click on the things and let it download outside the game. I have to physically be in there with my fucking headset on. Um, it's they need to fix that. They need to make it a way to download those easily outside of game and not have it break my game.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, isn't it? And especially consider doing something like that on the Quest, battery driven thing. You better plug in before you start downloading, bro, or you're gonna have these maps and no battery to play on.
Yeah, you won't be able to play. Yeah, that would suck, right?
Yeah, yeah, it would suck. I've been bouncing up against the battery life on this thing constantly for the past week because honestly, Roots, I've been playing more standalone than PC this week. I've got this 3080 here, and it's just sitting collecting dust while I play Quest 2 standalone games because they look so good. I mean, obviously not as good as the PC versions, but they look good enough to where like I'm not in it constantly thinking, man, this looks pretty rough.
Looks like garbage, hot garbage. No, just
Right.
kidding.
Anyway, will Contractors VR succeed as a holiday season launch on Oculus Quest? Well, we're going to find out soon because it's coming out in just a few short weeks. But we will know soon enough, right?
Yeah. Are you gonna buy it day one?
You know, I don't know if I'm going to buy this for Oculus or not. I've got this interesting juxtaposition coming, Roots, that I've never had to deal with in my years in VR. I've never had to deal with having two different headsets that work on two different platforms. I've always had Oculus headsets that will work on Steam or work on Oculus. So, like, when I'm deciding which version to buy, obviously we have cross buy on one side versus family sharing on the other side. They each have their specific advantages and disadvantages, but it was never too nerve wracking because at the end of the day, both were good options. But now that I've got the HP Reverb G2 coming,
Hmm.
now I have a totally foreign situation to anything I've ever dealt with before, where I have on one hand I can buy a game on Steam that's going to work with my native PCVR headset, the best headset on the market according to MRTV, the HP Reverb G2. So I can go for the highly detailed version on Steam, or I could buy the same game on Oculus, and it'll support cross buy, and I can play it both on the Rift platform as well as the Quest platform. But then again, I won't natively be able to play it on my G2. I'll have to use Revive, which is questionable to me because I've never had to do that before. I've never had to use Revive. So I've got so many more things to consider now, Roots, when it comes to what platform I'm going to buy my games on. Obviously, some games I'm going to want to have on the Quest, so I'll have to buy it on the Rift platform. But that's going to suck because then the only way I'll be able to experience it on my best hardware is through Revive. So it's just going to be it's going to be interesting days ahead.
I don't know. Some people swear by Revive. They think it's the bee's knees of everything, and you don't need an Oculus Quest because or headset because Revive will play everything perfect. No jank. And I'm not saying I agree with this, but yeah, that's the conundrum, right? And somebody, I think it was Sion, was saying that the workshop, and I guess this makes sense. And maybe I'm reading it wrong, Sion, but are you saying that you don't have access to the maps on the Oculus version? Or is it just because you don't have the Steam Workshop? You know what I mean? So I guess the same mods should still be available for both. I don't know. I guess that would make a difference too.
Clue.
Yeah.
Anyway, people were saying that they don't trust Revive. Others are saying that it works flawlessly, that it's great. My questions with it, you know, I know it's WMR, but this is WMR 2.0. This is really a new platform. This is kind of a hybrid WMR slash Steam device. Like it's kind of new territory. So I imagine that Revive support will eventually be good on it, but I question how it's going to be on day one.
Yeah.
Or even week one.
That's true. That's true.
Chris Richardson says whoever's saying Revive is perfect is crazy.
I was just about to say that. Yeah.
There isn't consensus on this. The jury's out.
Okay. Okay. So in Scion says the mods do work for both versions. Okay, that makes me feel better. I don't think I would be playing it on. I mean, if I'm going to play this game, this would be one of those games I would play virtual desktop. Or linked. I don't see myself running over to somebody else's house to show them Contractors. Maybe I'd be wrong. Maybe if I could show them like some Call of Duty maps, airport or terminal or whatever, that could blow some people away. But as it stands, without those maps, I just don't see myself getting this game questing.
That was my whole point here, is that it takes a game like this to get the remaining holdouts. People are pretty much on board with VR now, with the exception of the Call of Duty gamer. Those are really the only naysayers left are those COD gamers that really love their flat FPS games. I think we need to put these people in contractors and let them see what it feels like to aim down sights for a change.
Medal of Honor, when it comes out, hopefully will be the game that really draws people in.
Absolutely. Anyway, we're quickly running out of time here, Ruuts. So let's dive into our last topic for the day, and this is refreshing, Ruuts, because we've been calling for this, right? We've been calling for wolves in the wall to get a little bit of platform expansion, and we're going to get that because uh, we learned this week that it's on its way to Oculus Quest, Ruuts. Fable Studio has announced that, well, I mean, I guess they haven't announced it yet, but Fable Studios' Wolves in the Wall has magically appeared on the coming soon section of the Oculus Quest store. So here we have it, Ruuts. Last week we report on Baba Yaga becoming, or at least launching as a Oculus Quest exclusive, and now we have Wolves in the Wall showing up on the scene. And simply put, we've said it many times. This is the best VR movie that I've ever seen, and it's not close. So, I was always hoping that we'd see this come to Oculus Quest, and Ruuts, that seems to be just what's going to happen.
Oh, nice. Now my question to you is it going to be free? Because I've just have this feeling it's going to be $10. I mean, I would pay $10. Actually, I will buy it if it costs $10. I just don't see with as much acclaimed notoriety it's gotten. You know what I mean? Like I just it's the perfect time for them, and with the line charging, maybe it's $5, but I think they're going to charge something.
Yeah, I think they should, Ruuts. I mean, it's that high of quality, but as of right now, no price or release date has been announced. And for those of you who are not familiar, the piece was written and directed by Pete Billington and based on the book by Neil Gaiman and Dave McKeon. It follows Lucy, an 8-year-old girl who starts hearing noises in her home. Interacting directly with the viewer, Lucy warns her family of the threat across a roughly 40-minute story. This title is such high quality that it won an Emmy last year for outstanding innovation in interactive media. And interactive media is a very accurate description of this, isn't it, Ruuts? Because it's almost a game, isn't it?
Yeah. Now this is one of the first experiences, I guess you can say experience that that really elicited feeling from me, made me feel like the character was right in front of me, and made me feel bad for her. I was her friend. I was her special invisible friend, Wes, and I just thought everything about it was cool, and just hearing the story and like even just the beginning, the way that which will be cool for the quest, especially new people coming in, the way the storytelling starts out, she like walks around you in a circle, and so like you like spin around, follow her around, and she's I mean you were there as far as you feel like you really are there with this girl, so it's cool.
Yeah, you certainly feel presence and a connection with Lucy. And yeah, I mean the whole thing pretty much is interactive. You're interacting with the story and with the world around you pretty much start to finish in this thing. And it's beyond that, it's a great example of storytelling, and it's a gripping story. It's I don't know. It certainly elicited some emotion from me, anyway.
Yeah, no, it's cool. And right now you can play if you don't have a Quest, but you do have PCVR. At least I guess Oculus. You can play it through Revive if you don't have Oculus, but it is free right now on the store. Remember a while back it like disappeared off the store and we thought it was gone, but I guess they were kind of preparing for other stuff. It did come back, and definitely a must own in my opinion if you like any type of experiences or storytelling. So.
Yeah, Drew is asking when did the experience come out? It's not out on Quest just yet. It's in the coming soon, but it came out on Rift. I don't know, like, about a year and a half ago, maybe.
Yeah, it's been a while actually. I know that we talked about it. I believe Mamefan and Alex were still around when we talked about it. If that tells you how long ago it was, when it
Yeah,
first
it
came out.
launched in 2 parts, didn't it? Like there was a
3.
part 1 and a part 2, and then now you can just get the whole thing together.
I think it was 3 parts. Well,
Oh,
it
3.
was 1 and 2, but the 2 and the last part was split into 2. If
Right,
that makes
right. It
sense.
was 2 releases, a 3-part story.
Yes. Yep.
Drew, it's free on the Oculus store. If it's still on there, that's where you'll find it, on the Oculus Rift store.
Yeah. I think it's exclusive to Oculus for sure. Yeah, it says it's still there.
Yeah, so Drew, be sure you go in there and pick it up, because it might be one of those yeah, exactly. Play it now on your PC. It might be one of these deals like Robo Recall, where you got to pay for it, but people who got it when it was free get the cross-buy version.
Yeah.
So free's free. So go pick it up.
Yeah, it's got 1,121 ratings and almost a 5-star rating. Like 4.
Yeah,
Just a
it's
sliver.
really good. It's the best interactive experience in VR, even still.
Yeah, I don't think it's available on Steam either. I think it's an exclusive on Oculus right now. Maybe eventually it'll come.
Yeah, well, the Fable Studios is comprised of former people. I don't know if you remember, but there was like an Oculus, like Pictures or Oculus. I forget what the name of the studio was, but Oculus had a division that was built on making this kind of content, and it was disbanded. But when it disbanded, a lot of those people went on to uh, Fable Studio. So I think that's kind of I think this is Oculus funded is basically where I'm coming from here.
Okay. Probably not coming to Steam near you.
Well, I mean, you never know. Maybe one day, but I wouldn't hold my breath.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. It's not worth it. Oh, how crazy is it
Anyway,
that Neil Diamond? No, just kidding.
yeah, Neil Diamond writes stories,
Oh
man.
my God.
That's weird.
Yeah. Oh, Neil Gaiman. Okay.
Yeah, Neil Gaiman, well-known author, Neil Gaiman.
Yeah, it's a good story.
Anyway, let's I guess that's going to wrap us up with the news portion of the show and bring us into our weekly reminders. And as always, we're going to start by reminding all of you and asking all of you to please join us right now live in real time as we support the developers by wishlisting a title. It could be one of the titles that we talked about today, or it could be some other title that maybe that you have on your mind or had on your mind lately. But the developers, they're always really persistent in asking us to wishlist these titles, because it helps raise their profile on the different platforms, as well as helps them to gauge user interest. So join us, please, right now as we pull up these various stores and wishlist something.
I thought you were going to say, join us now for a moment of silence. YUKI. I'm doing YUKI. I can't find YUKI. It's not here.
I bet we could go on to the Oculus store and do the Wolves in the Wall.
Oh, that's true.
Let's check that out.
YUKI's out there, and President Yuki Onna. I guess these are titles that exist in the same universe, right? I don't know.
And of course, I just opened up the Oculus web page over top of the stream, so I'll have to reopen the stream in just a moment.
Oh, fun! I always do that. Yeah, I've got a page tabbed for Quest now, the Quest 2, because it's such a pain to find that stuff, man. You know.
Okay. I know. Believe me, I do know.
All right. So Wolves in the Wall is added to my wish list, even though I'm going to watch it. I just downloaded it, Wes. I'm going to watch it again after the show.
I'm going to hold off. I'm going to watch it. Next time I watch it, I'm going to watch it standalone.
See, I want to watch it virtual desktop, and then that way, when I do the standalone, I can compare.
Oh. Well, yeah, and the virtual desktop has that additional
coloring and
the color, the vibrant colors. So, Yeah, I get it, bro. I might do that as well now that you mention it.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. Roots and I have selected Wolves in the Wall. Be sure to let us know in the comments down below what you wish listed, if you wish listed anything, and if you didn't, kiss my ass, jerk.
Yeah. You jerk.
All right, so that's going to bring us to our next set of reminders, which is free stuff and killer deals. Roots, some killer deals going on this week, especially in PlayStation. You know, I find it interesting because. You know, we just had the PlayStation VR anniversary sale, but this week's PlayStation sale, in my opinion at least, is way better than the PlayStation anniversary sale.
I couldn't believe some of the prices that were on there. You know what I mean? Like for big games too, games that people have probably been sitting on waiting for a while, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to get to that. But before we get to that, we're going to start off, as we always do, with your PS Plus reminder. We are in the November titles now, and some good ones, Roots. Middle Earth, Shadow of War, which is a Lord of the Rings title, is free on PS Plus this month. Hollow Knight, the Void Heart Edition, very popular game, is free on PlayStation Plus this month. And Roots, as of Thursday, we will have a bonus PlayStation 5 title, Bug Snacks. So we're anybody who has PlayStation Plus and a PlayStation 5 is going to be able to pick up Bug Snacks. And even if you don't yet have the PlayStation 5, you'll still be able to pick it up. So that you can play it later when you do get your new console.
What a bad mistake on Sony's. Why would you give away Bug Snack, dude? Like people are not going to buy Spider-Man now. They're just going to give up on all the titles, right? You got Bug Snack, bro. It's probably
Well, it's
amazing.
not just Bug Snacks. You know, their Bug Snacks was on the initial, Sony PS5 gameplay reveal. You know, the big thing, the big reel that showed all the PS5 upcoming games. Bug Snacks was one of those titles, but there's another title that was on that has now been announced to be delayed. But the good thing about it is that it also has been announced as a PlayStation Plus title. So people are going to get it for free when it releases in February, and that is the Destruction All Stars multiplayer game.
Oh, well, that's good. I mean, it sounds like that'll be a good game as well. Person says going to try to force themselves to play through the backlog before allowing themselves to buy any more games, and I think that's blasphemy. You just got to buy them all. Like I still have games. I've picked up a lot of games, Wes, recently that are still sitting there untouched, ready for Roots to crack the seal when the time is right. It's like a vintage wine. You know, you just let it age, and then when you pull it out, you look at it and you're like, oh shit, this game sucks now. I should have played it 2 years ago.
Right. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling like that's going to end up being the fate of Asgard's Wrath if I don't just finally bite the bullet and put some time in on that thing.
Maybe we need to do that, both of us, because I'd like to go back in and play some more. And it's just the space that does it for me. Because every time I download it, it seems like I have to have extra space. I need my own. You know what I need, Wes? I need an Asgard's Wrath hard drive or SSD just for that game. This is just for Asgard's Wrath. I'll get like a 7 terabyte one, and then I'll be set. So.
Well, 'tis the season. Memory and storage is actually really cheap right now, and it's going to continue to be that way for about 6 or 7 more weeks.
Yeah,
So
maybe I need to do that today.
yeah, I saw a cool M.2 NVMe 1 terabyte for like $89 the other day.
Wow! See, I already got one. I already got the 500 one. I can't. You can. There's only one slot, I think, as far as I know, for that. So.
Oh, you only got one. I've
As
got
far
two or three on mine.
maybe I do. I didn't even know I had that slot, Wes. When I went to install it, I like had to look it up because I was like, "Where the hell does this thing go?" And it's such a weird thing. I didn't even know that was there. That's so cool, right?
Yeah, it's awesome. Anyway, let's talk about some of these PSVR sales routes. And I am again, we're short on time as we normally are at the end of the show. So I'm just going to scroll down through these very quickly. Job Simulator, $13. Super Hot, $12. Crisis Brigade 2 Roots is $10. It's
Yeah,
pretty awesome, right?
that's one of the ones that I was thinking, man, that's a no-brainer. That's the one that everybody should be playing anyway because it's so cool. And it's multiplayer.
Absolutely. Yeah. The Room VR, A Dark Matter, $20. As is Tetris Effect. Pixel Rip 1995, $14. Moss is $15. Trover 18, Pistol Whip 17, and Roots Audica $20.
Wow, those are all amazing deals, and those are all games I would say are must-haves. Or at least for most people, games that if you want the best of the best games, it's a good list right there.
Absolutely. Bloody Zombies, a good couch co-op multiplayer game, $4. Ghost Giant Roots is $15. That's half off.
That's a good deal. And speaking of Bloody Zombies, we need to get back into that, we need to get into that, not back into it. We need to actually get into it.
Absolutely. We have Operencia, The Stolen Sun, which was ported into VR not very long ago. A fairly well-known flat RPG. Pretty substantial discount at $18.
Oh wow, wow! I definitely that's definitely good stuff. I never tried that Operencia. I don't think is that a PSVR exclusive?
No, it's on Steam as well.
Okay, I need to try that. Check it out.
Yep. And then to round out the list, and again, this isn't all of the titles that are on sale. It's probably not even half. These are just my picks. Res Infinite, $15. A classic title, a must own in my opinion.
Dude, I played this the other day on your Steam copy on virtual desktop, and you got to try it, Wes. If you haven't tried it, it blew my mind again. It looked amazing.
Yeah, I'm waiting on my my G2, and I'm going to do just that.
Oh yeah, you don't need to slum it with the Quest 2. What am I thinking?
I do want to try it on Quest 2 though, but I want to try the standalone one. I want to see how well it ported over, if they had to make any concessions, or if it's actually 1-to-1.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely looked really good on the virtual desktop. So I haven't had a chance to check out the it's another one that I think about getting for standalone, just to show people, right?
Yeah, you want to have that wow factor, right? And you want to have something that's easy for people to just pick up and play. And I think this has both of those things.
Yeah, this is different than I remembered too. Like I started playing and I thought I was doing it wrong, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's right. You got to hold the button and go over." I mean, it's just a different way of playing than you would think. So yeah.
Yep. Epic Game Store, one free title this week, Dungeons 3. And I've never heard or seen this game before. It's a dungeon crawler. But my thoughts upon looking at the video footage of Dungeons 3 Roots is that game would look awesome if we could get it running in Helix Vision.
Or Helix Vision, yeah. Yeah, it definitely looked pretty different. It looked like I didn't know exactly what it was. Is it? I felt like it was like you were the dungeon master or something, making all this stuff going on. But it definitely looked different than anything I've ever seen. So
yeah, very colorful, and you could just tell that if you could play it in 3D, it would really stand out.
yeah.
The Oculus Link store, the store formerly known as the Oculus Rift store, has Moss for $20. Wands, I put Wands on the list because Wands just received a pretty substantial content update. New items, new abilities, a pretty big update to Wands. So you can get it for $10 right now. Doors of Silence Roots. I don't know if you remember Doors of Silence, that horror game we played with the weird little kids running around.
Yeah.
Yeah, $8 for that right now.
Oh wow! Did you finish that game? I can't remember.
No.
I know I played some of it, but
yeah, I don't have time to finish games anymore. Roots.
I got it on my Quest. I think this is one of those. Was Doors of Silence a cross buy? Because I could have sworn I've seen it.
Yeah.
Maybe I was looking at it on my something else.
Yeah, it's not a Quest game.
Okay.
I don't think it would run. It's actually a fairly decent looking PC game. So
okay.
Anyways, it's certainly worth $8, and I would suggest anybody who's into horror, it's to give it a shot for $8.
Yeah, absolutely.
Into the Radius, Scion's baby, $21. It's a pretty big discount on this game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the biggest discount I've seen, and that's why put it up here first for so long because it's actually getting really good. Scion's been putting a lot of content out, so if you're curious about this game, check out Scion VR. He's actually got a lot of videos on it, and he's got some of the best gameplay I've seen on YouTube. So
Yeah, absolutely. Check out Scion VR on YouTube. Syion, Scion.
yep,
Cy,
CY. Yeah, they're like, why can't I
Cy.
find it? Yeah, it should be an S, I think, but no, it's C.
I'm a good speller, Roots.
I promise, right?
I got smart brains.
Yeah, who doesn't have smart brains these days, right?
Right. And we move. Oh, I almost forgot. Boiling Steel, $4. Just a stupid deal. They continue to just give away the Mirrorwind VR games. I don't understand why, but I do. I understand why they're trying to make a new game. They need funding. So, yeah, everybody should own this at $4.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, moving on to Steam, just a few picks that I put here. Obviously, there's a bunch of stuff on sale. There always is on Steam, but a few deals that stuck out to me are the Wizards Dark Times, which is on sale for $19. That's a fairly new game, Roots, and it's a good one too.
Yeah, actually, and I need to get back into this because I was really enjoying it. It was really cool.
Yeah, I would agree with everything you just said there. Intruders, Hide and Seek, solid stealth game, great storytelling, a very dark story that I very much enjoyed. $2 on Steam.
That's
So,
great. That's crazy. That's a crazy deal. That's super cheap. Definitely worth $2. If probably way more than that.
yeah, for sure. Like I was okay with recommending it to people for $20. So, I mean, two, come on, man.
Yeah, it's no brainer.
I said, come on, man.
I'm hitting all sorts of wrong buttons there.
There
we go. Yeah.
All right, and then to round out the Steam list, we have Pinball FX2, and you'll notice, Roots, how I priced this here. I did this because of you. You can get the base version for $7.50, or you can get the deluxe version, which includes the season 1 pack for $15.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer for $15. Don't make the same mistake I did and end up wanting to buy it down the road and have to pay full price or waiting for a sale on it. $15 is definitely worth it for this game for sure. And I think this is actually, I've been debating, do I buy this for Quest? So I'd like to own this on the Quest as well. It's definitely a cool game.
Yeah, still yet to play this one.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I bet. All right, and last but not least, we're coming to Viveport. I didn't notice any big titles that I know for a fact are new on Viveport, but I did list Wands. Wands may have been on there before. It may be new. But again, as I mentioned before, Wands just got a fairly substantial update. So maybe it's the time to check it out. And of course, if we have a subscription to Infinity, you can do so free of charge.
Yeah, you also got Cosmic Attack, right? VR, dude. I mean, check this out.
Yeah, Cosmic Attack VR. This one caught my eye, Roots, and obviously not a super big release, but I checked it out, and this thing looks cool, don't it?
Yeah, it kind of looks like Space Invaders a little bit in VR, right?
Yeah, it looks like it's certainly of that vein of the throw you inside of an arcade cabinet type of thing, right?
Yeah, definitely.
But obviously a wave shooter, a VR wave shooter, arcade style. But it looks cool. It looks colorful, and I think that this is a new release, or at least new to Viveport.
Yeah, it's definitely new to Viveport. I know it's been out a couple years. It was on Vive, but at least the trailer I got here. But it definitely looks pretty cool. Let me ask you this: do you think they could port this over to Quest, or do you think it'd be too much for it?
Oh, this absolutely would run on Quest.
Yeah.
No question.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll see it one day. Who knows?
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, with that, that's going to wrap up our show, Roots. Oh, how could I forget? Our final reminder this week and every week is how you can support our channel. So, of course, those of you who are new to the channel, the best way you can support us is by giving us clicks. Our channel is made out of clicks, and the more you click the things, the faster we grow. So, the best thing you could click is the big red one, the one that says subscribe. And if you do that along with the bell, not only will you be informed of all of our content, but you'll be informed in real time and you'll be able to keep up to date with all of our videos here on the Virtual Strangers channel. For those of you who have been subscribed and have been clicking for some time now and would like to do a little something extra, you can do so by supporting us on Patreon, where for as little as $3 per month, you will receive our weekly show notes, as well as access to the always awesome Money Show. And again, I want to thank Eric. I want to thank Driven By. I want to thank um, Soren. And I want to thank everybody who supports us on Patreon. You guys are awesome. We really appreciate it. And Money Show 6. Is that right, Ruuts? 6?
I
The
think
next
so.
one?
Yep. Upcoming.
Yep. Money Show 6. Soon to come. Hopefully, we'll be able to put one out this week. And then we have the Discord. Maybe you're bummed out. Maybe you're not ready for the show to end. Maybe you're not ready for the conversation to end. Well, the good news is it does not have to end, because if you scroll down to the description, you will find an invitation to our Discord community. This is where we live. We are there 24/7, talking VR, talking life, bullshitting, getting multiplayer games together. All of the above. We're always on Discord, and we invite you all to join us on there and help grow our community there.
Absolutely.
All right. With that said, friends, I'd like to thank you all once again for watching. And for Ruuts, I'm Wes.